Ben Ephson will drop a bombshell. And it is so huge there. Everyone will have to now hear Ben Ephson right now because this is one of the times I will drop a bombshell, even at the last minute of the elections. I am so surprised because this particular one, people are now saying that Asama Ben Ephson can be true. I don't know what they want to try to imply, but I'm trying to tell you there. This particular area wabe data waba out wama Bawumia 72% now with details now with explanation. For me alpha, it would my from a kosika. Schedule up on our dirty. Schedule. Now, Emma Benibia in the history of Ghana, why so much important and it's so interesting to the Ghana politics Ben Ephson. Now, Chief Ben Ephson, around the 1956 now, Ghana as a young baby, to becoming the managing director for the Daily Dispatch. Now, because of Nedama position as a managing director of the newspaper, with Ghana politics for quite a long time. It's been a long time because of the fact that it's something that Onankas and Neo. Now, he also concentrates in Ghana politics and also with the New Patriotic Party. In the November 40th Orbe, we are asking him, hey, now, Ben Ephson, Abadana, Sisa Wajin Etche. Now, also a poster. Now, at the same time, with this particular being a poster, or gather data as to whether that my election will go to that many pay, or bottom no way, one woman I walk out to about 100 chats then, or gather all of these data. Ibinum fa, into as it were, no, on your coupon. He is not God, he's a human being. So he's at least prone to be doing one or two mistakes, now one or two errors. Now, actually, no, the guardian of data Nagasani, it also has to do with that. Nipana kaka, erokwana gather data from him, no. Where you are going to gather data from, no. Nipana kaka gather damn data from him, no. He should be able to tell you the truth. So Zakushan, another oil undecided that it's kind of like brings a particular load to that particular oil result, ever pan out from where one can find it. So it's some of the data now gather, some of them come out there. One or two things are not in order. Into they may miss that particular goal now, which may reflect in the elections. Data gathering is it's not easy. These are his own words. Now, more thing there, the November 4th elections. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Kana Krumpeko Japan, Dr. Adenimo, no any or friend, Dr. Owusu Afiye. Yeah, so interesting right now there. We don't know who he's going to say there, Oborin or a majority of them. Now, he did not shock Bawumia in the camp. One shock Bawumia in the camp. Nemo more shocky. Ni Adenimo in the camp. No, you can Akumpeko Japan. Now, Martin, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, according to Ben Ephson, also there, he will gather much of it, just like the super delegate conference, Miss Morgada, or Zinko Mobisi or Alan Kojachamanti, but on a babado later. Now, also, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, some of the reasons are or support in particular being able to mass all of these votes is because of the fact that say the super delegate conference no so otuno koye mawa it sends a particular picture be or the delegates at the grassroots level there. No, this is what your people adi daman kofi na wumpe info pe. It is a wumpe info pe. You also told that same line because obi or delegates in one constituency. But because of that, penina or constituency no ona what's nature no. Say penina is the rukodemia, not so ni grassroots is in command or beja to. They also told the same line. Interesting, the tone of line is what is going to bring all the changes in the end. Now, shock or the shock can I Kupeko Japan there. Also, can I Kupeko Japan say yaka percentage yobenya at least better some 20-22% to be. So what? Out of 100%, so benya 20-22%. Not there. It will not go well for him. Now, Sebekaya Global Info Analytics, the oil survey be. Now, according to one survey, no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia obenya around 46%. Now, we find the Kenya Kupiko Japan obenya around 23%. It's in with the Kenya Kupiko Japan percentage from all of these companies. They are all kind of like being the same 20, 23%, 22%. Think now from the same 20 range. However, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Global Info Analytics, no, you told me there a lot of MPP gurus will disagree because what's there? The law and the principle in MPP in there say elko or flag bearership race another flag bearership elections. You should win 50% plus 1. And 50% plus 1 no, say Global Info Analytics, according to this MPP gurus award the camp of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they were disagreeing because of the fact that 46%, no, there will be a runoff. If the highest in the elections, so when you're 50% plus one, no, there will be a runoff. On the MPP for even what disagree back then, time or gather, find the data, global info analytics, or the into what chair when I remember them here news one, into the bottom description box, I shall make some more correct. Now, Ben Ephson is now the two guano. Wama, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, around 72%. Into 72%, one of the things about Ben Ephson in there, this particular time in people are believing that this particular oil asama working true is because of Mawuhuni super delegate conference okay. No Mawuhuni right after. On and on now at the same time, so watch all the companies were gather. Now I drop next in the last minute. In the chair, this particular one, when you but what bombers now 50 wasn't there? Say 50 nyama na ihunyama. Into this time around or tonobasi of 15 nyama into this time I out. Now in the interview, we'll be sending there. Dr. Adenimo on the same platform, we'll be sending there. Hey, into doctor, into Mesima elections, November 4th, why you check not then? Dr. Adenimo, some of the bottle, no, is so shocking. As some okay, also there, only there, 50% of the delegates now are to abandon on the November 4th. No, also there, 50% of them have not decided. Saying in comment section, also they have not decided 50%, more than 50%. One more to abandon, they have not decided. No will be said Ben Ephson, then no not rejected them. Now bet you the data, now the reasons are okay. Or the answer, or yeah, Dr. Adenimo, not can say about Alan Kojo Manteno, you're so interesting and so surprising. What may I connect to as summer, or yeah, Ben Ephson, or the two.
Ben Ephson, the managing editor, Emma the Daily Dispatch, is also a poster. Uncle Ben, Happy FM, Emoaha, Edasibi Breno Omre.
Yo, thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mijidisa Hodemo.
No, Yamina Domuswe.
Yamiando Mehoye Pa, Medasisa, Wajipini, and Ekasa, Ewe. Mamisha same free undertaking, Yatini Sisia said a course or Alicia Hotel earlier today. The undertaking for the 4 contestants, they said there will be peaceful elections and that all candidates will accept the outcome of the elections. And there shall be no resignation regardless of the outcome. For you as a poster, what watch elections, both internally and at the national level, what do you make of points of undertaking?
Well, I think that taking a step back, Alan's resignation, Alan's resignation that one polling agent in the elections at the superdelegates, that was the only reported incident, infraction. And because of that, he resigns. I mean, he's finding. And if maybe along the line, if the 4 those their infractions are, the person has signed, I'm sure the person, those who signed are signing. They signed based on the reason there will be fairness. But I think that the real reason for Alan's resignation was his performance as superdelegates. That for me was the main reason. So there was one infraction and you resigned because of that one infraction. But I'm sure the party too haven't asked them to sign. The party will also play its part to ensure that there is fairness. And in conjunction with the security agencies, I believe that will be the thing for Saturday.
Yamko into Saturday. You've made some predictions already, but ebi kase akaka krem rene bebe no. Delegates are changing their minds. And no many on abo adai ni mo edi nkomo fidie ya so. Okachire me say per his interaction with delegates in the die minutes to the election, in the die hours of the election, it appears that people are changing their minds, and there is a huge chunk. He put a figure to it and said, about 50% of the delegates are still undecided.
That is not true.
What do you have?
In June 2022, I'm currently finishing my 7th book on Ghanaian elections.
Okay.
So I've been working on what happened in 2020 towards 2024. And I have been doing some work within the MPP vis-a-vis who is likely to win and so on. And the front page of my paper, 22nd June 2022, almost a year before, I said that Bawumia will win, Kennedy will be second, and Alan will be third. And it will still be doing it. I'm just waiting for the results of Saturday to put it in the book and publish it. I think that quite a number of the delegates have made up their mind. Many of them was whether the person they are going to vote for will be the person who will appeal to swing delegates in 2024 elections. That for them is the bottom line. And the work we had done, I think that Bawumia is over with a 2% margin of error. Bawumia is over around 73%, Kennedy 25%, and the 2% will be shared between the two, Adanimo and Dr. Afriyakuto.
Should this prediction not come true, what would you say?
No prediction is 100%. But I think that the work we have done, we believe it.
But with your margin and error, with your margin of error, Nidia will say ebo anameboa. Say also 2%, Anna.
Oh yeah. You see, what I'm saying is that when posters do their work, it is not cast in stone.
Okay.
And for the other people, also, I'm saying in terms of who they want to vote for. You see, when people talk, say, because Bawumia is the establishment candidate, you know, obviously, 2007, Alan Chamacho was the establishment candidate, but he didn't win. The establishment candidate, the establishment will do certain things for you. The last, it is now down to the delegates and their thumbs. In 2007, you could see, say, any minister of state who supported Akufo-Addo was sacked by President Akufo. Bawumia may be the establishment candidate, but their ministers of state, two of them, the deputy finance minister, the female Abuna, and Peter Mewu, they openly supported Alan. They are still at post. Akufo-Addo being a victim of open support by the establishment, you can see that he's been a bit more considerate and reactionary towards support for the non-establishment candidate. So that, I think, will be the difference. And
so you do confirm that there is indeed an establishment candidate?
Oh, of course, definitely. I mean, there is. An establishment candidate, but the difference is between 2007 and 2022, there is a degree of tolerance by the establishment for people who don't support their candidate. That's the vast difference between 2007 and 2023.
Well, say, Dr. Bawumia Winia, what would be the reason? Just by the fact that he's been the vice president and has been at the forefront of the MPP's campaign to win power and all of that. And no nebeye jumamano. In your post, survey a show as the reason behind why delegates would want to vote for him.
You see, so Kaya, some all call around, there was a statement that Bawumia is using his official time as vice president to campaign. If you see the reaction of his team, it tells you one thing. The man had decided to contest long ago. And those who are saying, someone said, President actually said, Vice President, could leave. He had apparently passed his leave. And he has been interacting. One of Alan's biggest problems was that in the party,
Really?
Maybe would have done well in the general election.
You mean one of Alan's biggest problems in the party?
Yes, when Alan Martin peaked in 2007, that was over 15 years ago. You have to be elected by people within the party. Delegates are waiting 30 years now. Alan Pikin will be 15 on Alan Martin. Kennedy has been an MP for 23 years. Our parliament, or Kasa, he goes to national congresses, regional congresses. So
he's on radio, he's in the media, and every time, yeah.
Hello?
I was just adding up, sir, for the Honorable Canada Japan, apart from the Wakakanino, he's also very active in the media.
Yeah, very active in the media. Oh, and within the party. So that was Alan's major setback. And for people don't like Alan. Not I don't like Alan.
You don't like him?
In 2007, I was a member of Alan Martin's media team in his campaign against Akufo-Addo. And I gave you one advice. Alan, if you want to have a future in NPP politics, vis-a-vis flag bearership, go to parliament or forget it.
Ben, did you say you don't like him?
Pardon?
Did you say you don't like Alan? Did I hear that? Okay.
Let me say, I couldn't say it loud, but today, they didn't know that in 2007, I was a member of Alan Martin's media team in his campaign with Akufo-Addo. And when we were rounding up, I gave him an advice that, Alan, if you want to have a future in contesting for the black leadership of the party, go to parliament or forget it. And 15, 16 years on, that has been his own doing.
But if you monitor his campaign as an independent candidate, it be said his candidature appears to be resonating.
The history of independent parliamentary candidates is nothing home to write about. Since 1992, the only presidential candidate apart from NDC or NPP candidates, has been Guzitando of the Reform Party. Only 1.1%. That was in 2000. Even with the party and very good parliamentary candidates who gathered votes. The rest is below 1%. Onupo Peter Party. So with Alan, without the party, 2024, we know 1%. In my view, no idea.
Interesting. Now let's talk about post-Saturday, with the accusations, counter-accusations, suspicions, allegations being thrown about, will be can't wait, and it appears to say, we're undertaking now, the party's unity is threatened, and our party, at the Ahompe Prebi ISA meeting, they undertaking Yaba. Do you think that the NPP can regroup effectively after Saturday?
Oh, I think that a lot will depend on the party, how they conduct and how they are seen to be fair. If there are no repairs of party-sponsored favoritism, those who will lose will find it difficult to cry foul. So, yes, they've signed, but the party too has got its act to do.
In your estimation, Obi Betmia resign BM after Saturday?
I'll be surprised.
Really?
There's a big if there's no open favoritism. And I think that given from what has happened Because Alan, he resigned because one person got injured, and it was the fear of heavier defeat, in my opinion. That is why he resigned. But given the way the party has regrouped, the candidates have signed, the rest is in the lap of the party.
Back to your polls. You give Dr. Bawumia about 70%.
73.
73. Okay. 73%, margin of error of 2%.
Kennedy, 25.
Kennedy, 25.
And the two candidates, the remaining two, we say 2%.